Now, what drew you to working on a period piece show?
Well, I've loved this book ever since it was published. The opportunity first to do a limited series, to do a whole book from start to finish. And the characters, the story, the contemporary relevance of the book. In a way, we were saying earlier today that it was a bit of a blessing that it didn't get made originally when it was first published in the mid-90s, partly because we now get to do it as a limited series, but also because the themes and so many of the issues in the novel are even more relevant today than they would have been had it been made back then. You know, we're dealing with immigration issues, which is true with the huge influx of immigrants to the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Feminism, I mean, Dakota Fanning's character was dealing with a lot of very uncomfortable situations in her workplace as the first woman ever employed by the New York police station. There were issues, you know, that was the women struggling to get the vote, the suffragette movement, a rising movement of socialism, and then the technological revolution, the motor car, what they called the Vitascope, but an early precursor to movies, the telephone. So there was so much that runs parallel to the world we live in today, and corruption in the institutions you're supposed to trust. So all of those things made it very exciting to tell this story. And also it was the beginning of psychology, so applying really unknown principles and to trying to solve the why someone does multiple killings rather than, you know, who's doing it or how they're doing it. It's a big part of the story.
And then what would you say is the benefit to doing a limited series versus a full-length television series, multiple seasons, or doing a film?
You know, I think you have to look at what, if it's an adaptation, what you're adapting and what's the best form to tell it. And we felt we wanted to tell the whole Alienist story in a single season so people could enjoy it from start to finish. And we needed the scope that the 10 hours gave us to include all this rich texture that I was just talking about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.